Hey, what's up? Eric reporting again, and Facebook.com/Eric the Conqueror. And anyways, I'm back. That's Eric with a C, by the way. Anyways, I'm back here, and I just finished an application actually, and it went well. But anyways, I remembered a few more things I wanted to say about attachment. A couple things is when I was mentioning that I mentioned that we get attached to certain things and like it's good to let go of them and grow. And one of the biggest attachments we have is attachment to ourselves. And it's not only us that has it; it's the people around us. The people around us grow attached to a certain way we speak or do things, or just a certain version of ourselves. Like you know, like say you're meek or something. Say you're a very meek individual and you're very quiet, and you take everybody's shit. And like when you attempt to change and become more resilient and more and stronger and more outgoing and just different, people will be resilient to that. People will not like that. People don't like that. People will freak out because I'm not sure like the exact reason behind this. A lot of it is to do is that people get comfortable and they get comfortable, dominating and just being and thinking that they're above everybody and like I don't know. So oftentimes I figure even your closest friends will do this. If you speak in a more articulate manner, or you you go and do something that you wouldn't normally do, people will freak out. They'll actually like sometimes they'll like, hey, that's not you. Like that's where the actually the Simpsons had this. Pat down. The Simpsons did a great job of recognizing this trait, and they nailed it. You might remember uh, a lot of times, Homer would do something that he knew was right, and then Bart would say, "Yo, man, you used to be cool. You changed, man. What happened?" And then oftentimes Homer would go back and say, "No, I haven't changed," and he would go back to his old ways instead of being smart. And that's just one of the things I've noticed. Like it happens every day in real life. There are a lot of Barts out there, and like if you do something and you step out of line, people will get freaked out and anxious because I don't know. I guess it's showing them that they're being weak and they're weak, and it kind of identifies them and it puts them out of their comfort zone and makes them feel weak. And I don't know. I don't think that, and that's important not to give a fuck about all that shit. Like, you're doing this for you. You're not doing this for anybody else. I mean, even if you're doing it for somebody else, you're still doing it for you, right? Uh, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. And people will fight it. Everybody around you will fight it. Even those trying to help you may fight it a little bit too. But it happens, and you just have to accept it for what it is. There's no reason. I mean, I'm not saying you should hate these people, because it's just human nature. It's a part of human nature. We have to accept that, and we have to work around it and work with it, and just continue doing what we do. And I mean, as long as you're not hurting anybody, it's it's not important. And if these people are in fact like if these people are too resilient and too resistant and too freaked out, you may actually have to just dump them. Don't even be attached to the people that much. I mean, when I'm saying don't be attached, I mean don't be attached to anything. I mean, I love the people in my life and all that stuff, but I've had to drop people before, and I missed them. I missed them for a while, but it works. It's good. People can be replaced too. I mean, I'm not hating on people. I'm not saying I don't like them, but sometimes people have to be replaced. People have to be dropped. You know, it's like I don't know. It's like say you're like it's like I'm gonna go back to the river. Say there's a river and there's a fork in it, and you and like three friends are with you, and you are determined that you want to go left, but these people want to go right. You have to sever yourself from them and go left. Perhaps up the river, down the river, you may once again meet them again, but that doesn't say you have to stay attached to them right now. And I just think it's just it's just the way of life. And say you drop these people now, that isn't to say that you won't reconnect with them later. That's happened to me, and that's probably happened to a lot of people. I'm not saying that I'm special. I'm just saying that I'm just giving you an example, and I just think it's to remember to be yourself. Well, not even see that term being yourself is also widely misused. I think like it's important to be yourself, but sometimes you have to let go of being yourself so that you can become a better version of yourself. Right? Anyways, I mean, this is how I am right now, but I'm in no way, shape, or form attached to who I am either. If I need to change, I will change. Even on a whim, I will change. And that's not to say I can't change back. You can be who you choose to be. That's the best thing about this life and the way how we live right now. It's just we don't have to adhere to all these stupid cultures and societies, and just we're above that now. Now more than ever, we're above that. But the pressure is more intense than ever. You don't have to follow the crowd or do all this stuff. Like, there's nothing to say. I don't know. I mean, sometimes there's safety in numbers, but like, it all dependent, right? I mean, in this day and age, you should be doing what you want and being who you want, and at the same time, I believe that you should try to be the strongest version of yourself, whatever that may be. I know by strong, I don't mean like physically strong. I mean strong mentally, emotionally, spiritually, socially. Whatever it takes, however you define yourself as strong, and sometimes that means we have to become more tender. Like become less strong. Anyways, that's what I wanted to add right now. So I hope I made my point. And people aren't all that bad. I mean, I'm not saying people are bad. It sounds like I'm hating on society and all that stuff, but we are society. So I am a part of society, and I'm hating on it. So that means I'm hating on myself. People fail to realize that crucial point whenever they're ripping apart on society and like all this other shit, and like they never look at themselves. In order to change the world, you have to change yourself first. So I went through a time where I was complaining and bitching and whining about how much the world sucks but you know what? I've accepted it now, and I'm becoming a better person myself, as opposed to being a weak individual who just complains and whines and like, oh no, this, that, and like, oh no, GMO, and like, yeah, I'm a follower of that. I dislike GMO too, but at the same time, we're not gonna let all that dictate my life and like, oh no, I can't do that. I'm an advocate of the Pareto principle. It is the rule of 80-20. It's I'll go into a little bit more detail later, but essentially it's 20% of the things or content in any given thing dictates 80% of the results, and the remaining 20% of your 20% of the things you do will dictate 80% of the results, and then the remaining 20% of the effort will dictate. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm being a little crazy here. So it dictates that 80% of your effort. No, I'm getting out of hand. Like, so it dictates that 20% of what you do dictates 80% of the results, and then the remaining 80% of what you do dictates the finishing touches or the remaining 20% of the results. Anyways, yeah, I'll do a video on that sometime later, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. But right now I'm just thinking about attachment and growth and all that fun stuff. Anyways, hope you're having a good day, and if you like it,